Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, depending on the geographical location you're watching from. Today, I'll be throwing more lights. I'll be dealing with Nico Williams saga with Barcelona. Because I've been reading a lot of things online, I've been hearing people say things, and I've been watching videos online. Most of those things I've heard so far, some are true, some are false. But that is why before you tweet something or before you say something, you have to make sure that the source you're getting your information is correct and is right and is not misleading, because most of the videos I've watched so far, they are misleading. Some said Barcelona does not have money to buy Nico Williams. That was why he rejected Barcelona and went to sign new contract. No. Some said it's because Nico Williams does not like Barcelona. No. Some said because Nico Williams is a Madrid fan. No, that was not it. I've, I've also listened to some people that claim to be professional football pundits saying that Nico Williams didn't want to go to Barcelona because he will be fighting with Lamine Yamal. Can you imagine that outrageous statement? You call yourself a football pundit, you know what it is all about, but you don't have an idea of what you're talking about, and you kept on saying the same thing over and over and over again. Sometimes when you decide to talk about football, open your camera to talk about football, you don't share a knowledge only to get viewers or to get audience. So you want people to engage, so you can bring in a controversial stuff so that they can say, all right, this is it, let's debate it. No, bring in truth, say your truth, say the fact, let the fact be the fact. Now I'm going to throw more lights on the saga between Nico Williams and Barcelona. First of all, I want you guys to understand that in La Liga we have what they call financial fair play rule. Well, I'm a La Liga fan, so I always pay attention to their rules and regulations. And they have what they call 1v1 rules. And the 1v1, 1v2, 1v3, 1v4 depends on the one you are. And they also have salary cap. Then the salary cap is what they give to each football club in Spain, in La Liga, at the end of the season. This is your salary cap. Madrid has their own, Barcelona has their own, Atletico Madrid, Valencia, Getafe, all of them has their own. So you make sure you don't exceed your salary cap. Number two, financial fair play rules. You cannot be spending money when you are owing. Exactly, it's very important, and that is managing your fund. You cannot buy when you don't sell. You cannot spend without generating, because if you do that, it's going to affect the league. Yes, that means anybody can go out and buy whoever they want to buy, get money from whoever. You can get money from money laundering and inject it in the club and begin to do whatever without them investigating, knowing where the money comes from. So La Liga, they have to know where you generated your money from. Did you get a loan? Are you owing? Is this or that made your money to come into the club? Now, all these things that I've said now, how did it affect Nico Williams' transfer? It affected Nico Williams' transfer a lot. I want to tell you guys something. Barcelona fans that are blaming Nico Williams, you guys are right to blame him. Yes, some called him a coward. I understand. It is emotional. People are too emotional. But I want to tell you guys that the problem was never from Nico Williams, and I am not defending him. The problem was from his agent. Now, from onset, the agent knew what he was doing. But before I talk about his agents, let me tell you guys how financial fair play rules, all those rules affected Barcelona and made Nico Williams to wait. Because Barcelona actually wanted Nico Williams to wait until they ratify everything, which they are also getting close to it. Financial fair play rules, which I have also said. Now, number one, you have to sell before you buy. You cannot buy without selling. You have to balance your shit. You have to make sure that the money that you're spending is not greater than the money you're generating. Now, 1v1 rules means that if you are a 1v1 rule, it means that if you have 1,000, you can spend the $1,000. If you have $2,000, you can spend the $2,000. If you have $3,000, you can spend the $3,000. That is being a 1v1 rule. As for 2023, 2022, Barca was in 1v4. Barcelona was in 1v4. In 1v4 means if you have $1,000, you can't spend it. If you have $2,000, you can't spend it. If you have $3,000, you can't spend it. But until you make $4,000 to cover up, that is when you will spend it. That is 1v4. Now, Barcelona has been doing a lot to get the club back working to what it's supposed to be and to what it was. That is why they kept on lifting their league they have been doing. They tell you Barcelona lifted another lever, they did another lever, from one lever to another. First, they renamed the club Spotify Company. So Company has to pay back up front in order to get money, in order to inject money to the club. So they sold the naming rights of the club. So it's no longer Company, but Spotify Company. Then they became the shirt sponsor too, which is Spotify. Now all this is what the board of directors put in place in order to be able to get Barcelona back and also build their stadium. Recently, Barcelona got a massive contract with Nike. I think the contract extends to 2038. What of, I think, 1 billion. I'm just telling you guys the things that are affecting Barcelona. Now, I am not going to take away the fact that Barcelona has been owing a lot of people. Our previous president, Bartomeu, he fucked us up when he signs a player with a very huge amount of money. We all know the likes of Coutinho, the likes of Ousmane Dembele, Antonio Griezmann. We know how much Clement Longley. We know how much they were signed. But not only that, that's not the problem. Huge wages attached to them. People never know what was going on until the COVID-19 pandemic hit everybody, the whole club. That is when Barcelona knew that, man, we are going down. Now, this current board of directors, they are trying to get everything back, and they are trying to put everything in place, which they have done, and they are doing very well. Nico Williams signing came in. It failed last summer. No, this summer it was the agent that approached Barcelona and told them, hello, Nico Williams is ready to join you guys. He's willing to join you guys. He's willing to do a lot of things to join you guys. He's willing to be one of the Barcelona players. I didn't make this video then. I didn't bring it up because I know what we are passing through. I know my history. I know the history of Barcelona. I told myself I am not sure this is going to work, but let me see how we're going to pull it off. We are trying. I was looking at it. I didn't comment on Nico Williams updates, and I never said that Barcelona is moving and is did and is done. Because in as much as we are excited, if we go inside and tell ourselves the truth, yes, Barcelona cannot register this guy. We are still in a little financial mess. But if you can be able to rectify it, then that's good. But with the period we have to sign players, I am not sure we can do it. But the president proved me a little bit wrong by getting us to 1v1 as fast as possible. That was what gave me hope. On the other hand, Nico Williams' agent was playing God. So he was trying to use Barcelona to get a bigger contract for his clients. And this is where Barcelona was blinded. My president decided to make a move, but Director Nico decided to move, and they got themselves involved. The Nico Williams, on the other hand, does not have the knowledge of what his agent wanted to do, because he has agreed to reduce his salary, which is 8 to 9 million a year. He agreed to reduce his salary. He agreed to join us. Personal terms are agreed to 2035. Everything was done, but they needed the guarantee that if Nico Williams was not registered before the preseason match starts, that he will go for free. The truth is that if I am the president, I won't agree. I cannot sign a player 50 something million after signing 58 million plus the add-ons, and you will tell me that if the player was not registered, the player had to leave for free. Who is losing? I am the one losing. So my president did not agree. Barcelona president didn't agree to that. So that was when the deal started collapsing. And Barcelona was not aware. They were not aware that Nico Williams' agent is already talking about a new contract with Atletico Bilbao. This was it. So it was not like Barcelona does not have money to sign him. They can sign him. The problem here is registration. Now, for you to register a player, you have to sell players that are already on that wage bill. Remember, I told you that La Liga has what we call salary cap. Now, the player that are on that wage bill has already affected that salary cap, that they are supposed to move. Some are supposed to move. Now, selling players these days are not easy. Most of Barcelona players, they have refused to go. Some will tell you, if you want to sell or if you want to terminate my contract, terminate, but you have to pay me upfront. And remember, the previous president that offered them the wages was a stupid president. So you cannot offer Ter Stegen that kind of money. If you want Ter Stegen to go, Ter Stegen will tell you, okay, you have to pay me completely before I terminate my contract, which will also affect you financially. And my president shocked me by being able to pay off the players we've been owing from 2019 to date. Last week, he paid Messi his final money Barcelona was owing Messi. They paid him. So my president actually surprised us. Barcelona president surprised us by doing that. That was what gave us hope that Nico Williams was going to come. And if they had patience, Barcelona would have signed him. We did it in time of Dalomo. We did it in time of Victor. Nico Williams' own would have worked. So this is exactly what happened. And this is how it happened. The rules, the regulation, the financial fair play rule, the 1v1 rule, everything. These are the things that affected Barca in signing Nico Williams. Not that they don't have money to sign Nico Williams, and not that he will be competing with Lamine Yamal, that he has talked about a lot of things. I don't know, when people talk about football, please calm down and listen. If I want to talk about Manchester United, I will go into details, know about them very well before I talk about them. If I want to talk about Chelsea the same. If I want to talk about Madrid, if I want to talk about any team, I'll make sure that I get my information right. Make sure that I got my information right before talking about them. Now, this is what is affecting Barcelona, and this is how it happened. So before you put news out there, be sure what you're saying. Thank you. Once again, thank you for joining me, the football expert, and that is why we are experts. Thank you.